YouTube, what the heck is up? It's your boy Joey P. Happy November. Let's talk cameras. More specifically, the brand new Canon R6 Mark II that they just announced a couple days ago. Now, it's been a while since I've done one of these longer form videos. I've actually been doing a lot of YouTube shorts, so if you haven't, go check those out under the shorts tab on my channel. Short form's a different challenge I wanted to try and conquer, and I feel like I've been doing pretty well with it, but I want to keep the channel as a good mixture of both short and long form. Now, the Canon R6 Mark II. While I did not receive one to sample, sad.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
You know, Canon, if you're ever looking for an extra person, I'd love to help out. Figured we could talk about all the features that they have announced, as there are some pretty big upgrades coming for a camera that just kind of saw the limelight a little over a year ago. Now, the biggest upgrade that they're doing is going to be the new sensor that they're putting into the camera. It's a full frame 24.2 megapixel sensor. Now, this is putting them a full 0.1 megapixels over the R3. What? But in all seriousness, this is like a 4 megapixel upgrade from the predecessor, and it kind of puts them in par with the Lumix, the Nikons, and the Sony versions of those. It will now be the fastest EOS camera with a 40 frames per second electronic shutter, which when you think about it, it is double of what they had in the previous one, so it is a huge step forward for them. The autofocus is also getting a big upgrade over its predecessors, and now that vehicle mode will include planes, trains, and automobiles.
I want a car right now.
Sorry, I couldn't miss that opportunity. Motorcycles are also going to be included in the vehicle mode now. It is also getting another upgrade with the animal feature. It's going to include horses, along with your average cats, dogs, and birds. I think what jumps out most to me for this new camera is the video upgrades that they are making. You can shoot in 4K, which is actually be 6K oversampled, more on that in a second, at 60 FPS, but the best part, no more 30-minute record limit and no overheating. This is something that Canon cameras have needed for a long time, and this has to find its way into the other Canon cameras. I mean, I am begging for this feature. It is so annoying to be on a shoot. You're shooting, it's going well, all of a sudden, 30-minute limit, you're done. What do you mean I'm done? I can record 8K raw, but I can't shoot 4K for more than 30 minutes? That's ridiculous. Now, I'm not asking, I don't want the entire day. I don't need the entire day, but give me a couple hours. Give me something to work with here. I don't want to be swapping out batteries and cards. It's super annoying. It's a hassle the entire time. Now, more on the 6K oversampled. What does that mean for us? For people that aren't in the camera world, big tech enthusiasts, what does it mean? It means you're gonna be shooting 6K video, then they're gonna take it and squeeze it down into a 4K file that they give you. This means your footage should appear a little bit sharper because you're gonna have more pixels packed into a frame. The camera's also gonna shoot 1080p at 180 FPS, which is 60 FPS more than it used to. Now, unless you're doing a ton of super slow-mo or a ton of just high super frame rate shots, you're really not gonna notice if you squeeze a few of these 1080p shots into your 4K file. No one's pixel peeking you that hard, so you should be good there. It's also gonna come with 8 stops of shake correction, so when you're shooting handheld like most content creators, you're really gonna be able to notice the difference. The top of the camera has stayed relatively the same with the buttons, except they added one feature that I love. They added the photo video swap to the top, and now it's a physical knob that you just swap back and forth. There's no more going into your settings, trying to swap back and forth and having to make sure everything's set. You just look at the top of the camera, swap it, good to go. They did move the on-off switch to the other side of the camera, which if you are already using a Canon camera might throw you off a little bit. They added it, it's on-off and lock, but the lock is in the middle. So if you're using the camera and you go to shoot and go to change a setting quickly, it's gonna tell you camera locked, and that's probably gonna throw off your day. That is a little odd to me. I hope they if they redo another one, I want the lock all the way to the right, just so it's not right in between the two. It's just a frustrating experience, when you go to change a setting quick and then you get locked and now it's just an awkward little thing. It's just something that doesn't need to be in there. Now, who is this camera for? Do I think it's gonna replace an R5, someone already shooting on an R6, an R3? I don't. I really don't. Unless you're going for like a high-end B camera, then maybe, but if you're already using an R5 and R3 or the current R6, I really don't think it's that much of an upgrade. It definitely isn't going to replace any of the top-end ones, but I do think it is going to help out people that are shooting like an R or an RP and are looking to upgrade. I think you kind of got it at the perfect time if you haven't upgraded yet, because you're going to get all of these pro features that are usually on the R3, the Cine cameras, and you're going to be able to get them in an R6 at a much cheaper price point. I personally don't listen to the rumor mill enough to know if they're going to be bringing an R5 Mark II or an R3 Mark II. I would love to see what they could do with those, because I really do think that they can make those almost cinema cameras within a mirrorless body. Either way, super excited. My Canon fandom is going to continue. I'm going to continue shooting Canon glass. It's kind of what I picked up and kind of what I fell in love with, so here we are. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I provided some information on the brand new Canon R6 Mark II. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a fantastic day. Peace out.